For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic. Before the Dark Times. Before the Empire.
I am no Jedi.
This is the way.
Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
The Force will be with you, always.
Hello there, and welcome to the first ever installment of Chris's Cantina. How's everybody doing? If you were wondering, this is going to be a very laid-back, podcast-style video, basically just a Star Wars show. I got some notes pulled up on my computer, but other than that, basically what I want this to be is a place where I get to talk about Star Wars, whether that's Star Wars news, update you on a TV show that I'm watching, or basically go through a character and basically sit here and talk to you guys as if I was talking to my friends, or if I was just on a Twitch stream hanging out. So, first of all, this is still a test episode, so I'm not really sure how I want to go about this. I'll try out a few of these pre-recorded ones, and then I want to do a few live shows maybe. I'm trying to switch it up by not recording my normal set, putting this in a little bit of a different area in the room. You might recognize the background if you see my live streams. I usually like to sit this way as well. But yeah, the intro, I think it's cool. I'm not really sure. I spent a little bit of time doing it. I like the Star Wars quotes a lot, so that might change as well as we go on. It's all just very early on in the works. The pilot episode of a TV show almost is what this is. So we're going to see how it goes. But on the menu for today, since this is Chris's Cantina, not just a place for Star Wars news and all things Star Wars, but also we're going to make a little drink today, and that's going to be blue milk, or bantha milk if you want to call it that. It's not going to taste as good as the one at Galaxy's Edge, but it will do. It will do. Without further ado, let's get into the vlog portion of this video. Let's make some blue milk, or bantha milk, whatever you want to call it. Milk. Food coloring. See how this works. I guess I'll need a glass to pour it in. Alright, so my phone is balanced on paper towels, but we have our glass right here. I'm gonna take the milk, pour some in. I'm gonna take the food coloring, add it in. So I have this, I'm gonna try and open it real quick. Blue food coloring, milk, spoon, blue milk. Alright, so I've got my blue milk or bantha milk right here. Look at it. It looks pretty good in the camera, doesn't it? But yeah, we're going to give it a try. I got the Georgia cup. Go Dogs, have to throw that in there. But here we go. Tastes like milk. No surprise there because I literally just added some blue food coloring. But yeah, that's what we've got on at Chris's Cantina for today. Some blue milk. It's honestly not bad. Why, you might ask? Because it's just basic milk, but yeah. As far as Star Wars news goes this week, the big story is that Clone Wars, the 2003 micro series that came on Cartoon Network originally, is actually coming to Disney Plus on April 2nd. Now, this is a show that I grew up watching. For real, loved it. I talked about it a few times on the channel before. I mean, I had the DVDs. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab them. Got the DVDs right here, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and these are both going to be on Disney Plus. Which I highly recommend to anyone, by the way. If you haven't seen these, you gotta watch them. It's some of the best Star Wars content, at least that I grew up watching. And after I talk about it here roughly, we're gonna go and watch some of my favorite moments. I'll screen share with you guys, and yeah, kind of give you guys a feel for what this show really is if you haven't seen it, because I can't recommend it enough. That's Volume 2. You get a lot on General Grievous, and we may or may not be watching some of that fight right there. So we'll have to see. I believe the name is, let me not butcher this, Tartakovsky. Gennady Tartakovsky, I want to say, is the person who's responsible for this. But there you go. These are like childhood right here. They're going to be coming to Disney Plus April 2nd. That's the big Star Wars story of the week. The headliner of the show, if you will. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pull up some of my favorite scenes and we're going to watch them. I think the full thing's actually on YouTube. So you might not have to wait. Yeah, here we go. 1080p. The intro takes me back. So I have a sip of my blue milk. But yeah, this is the intro of Volume 1. It sucks you right in, guys. You'll see here in a second. Just desert, calm. You see someone riding, okay. It's Yoda. Out of nowhere, look at that. Right into the Clone Wars, you got Shaak Ti. Whole army of Seppies, as the clones call them. Gunships, I had a gunship as a kid. It's in my Star Wars toy collection. You got Saesee Tiin. But yeah, right off the bat, you can kind of see this animation style, right? It's unlike anything you've seen in Star Wars before, I can tell you that right now. Dooku. There's Luminara. There's Ophi, Kit Fisto with the underwater lightsaber, Mace Windu. You got a ton of just awesome scenes in this volume. Obi-Wan and Anakin. It's pretty cool, like, I'm not gonna lie. You can kind of tell here it was the inspiration for Star Wars, the Clone Wars, I want to say. I mean, there would be, probably wouldn't even be that show without this show. You see someone come out of the fire. Who is it? It's this character named Dirge. Dirge is now canon, but I would love to see this character in any iteration of Star Wars if possible. Is he on the cover of one of these? He's right here. Boom. And he's on screen right now. Very menacing character, like half robotic type of alien thing almost. I was always scared of this character, honestly. He was like, okay, he's kicking Obi-Wan's ass right now. So this is a character I'm excited he's coming back to canon for sure. This is Anakin versus Asajj Ventress, and this is one of the best lightsaber duels from this entire show. The colors, just the way the rain accents the lightsabers, God, it's so good. And they're fighting right now. Yes. I mean, this is badass. Everything about it, the score, the animation style, I mean, it's so sick. I love it. Blue milk's not bad, actually. I feel like in my head, I'm like, oh, it tastes better just because it has blue food coloring in it. I've always liked the character of Ventress, by the way, especially in the in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Just gorgeous animation. There's a great shot coming up here. Look at that. Look at that red. I mean, this is awesome. I don't know if you guys want more Star Wars content and you haven't seen this, you gotta watch it. It's on YouTube, by the way, the full thing. Like, that's what I'm watching right now. Look at that. Damn chills. I just got chills. This is where you see Anakin kind of turn to the dark side a little. The Duel of... I totally forgot it uses the Duel of the Fates score. And you can see the fear in her eyes. This is early planting the seeds of him turning to the dark side to become Darth Vader. It's great. This show's phenomenal. So that's kind of some scenes from Clone Wars Volume 1. I'll show you some from Volume 2 as well. Of course, the full thing will be available on Disney Plus shortly. And this is no longer canon. It was at one point, I want to say. But it's not anymore. Volume 2 deals with, like, Coruscant getting invaded. And a lot of focus on General Grievous. There's one weird scene where Anakin is, like, on some planet, and it's just messed up. It's honestly a little messed up. I'm running out of milk. I'm gonna have to savor that. So this whole thing is 2 hours. You guys can watch this in 2 hours, and that's like one Star Wars movie, and it's not canon, but it's really worth your time. I'm trying to find this really cool scene. Maybe I might just have to look it up on my own time, though. We're just gonna look it up real quick. Here it is. Ready? So Mace Windu is responsible for giving General Grievous his cough in this iteration of Star Wars, and honestly, that just would be so sick if that was canon, but I don't think it ever will be addressed. He just crushes him and he goes, It's just great lore building, and if you want more Star Wars content, I cannot recommend this enough. Volume 1, obviously start with, and then go Volume 2. You can watch that all in about 2 hours, so that's going to do it for my Clone Wars coverage of this episode. But yeah, as far as the rest of my Star Wars talk goes, Star Wars Rebels is the thing, right? I've been watching it. So I'm going to give you guys a little update of where I'm at. Just kind of talk about that a little bit. There might be spoilers for certain episodes. I will warn you before I get into spoilers, though. So don't worry yet. But Star Wars Rebels is a show that I watched about maybe 4 episodes back in 2015. I just watched them on a whim. Wasn't crazy about it. It didn't suck me in. I was like, it's a kid show. I'm not going to lie. I said that. I was 14 or 15 years old in 2015. So I was like, I don't really care about this. I was in a weird phase, right? So I know that it's Star Wars content, and trust me, I grew up loving the Clone Wars and Clone Wars, so don't know what was going on. It was a phase. We'll call it a phase. Recently, I rewatched Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Season 7 was elite. Absolutely adored it. So I was like, I gotta get Rebels a try, When I watched The Mandalorian, Bo-Katan showed up. I'm not really familiar with her. I know she's in Clone Wars, but I was like, I heard she's in Rebels. I gotta watch more of that. I wanted more backstory on Ahsoka, so fired up Rebels. Safe to say it sucked me in. I am now on Season 3. I think I'm on Episode 18 now. And I don't have much left. I'm close to the finish line. It's kind of sad because I don't want it to end. But I'm going to give you guys an update. I'll give you my overall thoughts on the season so far, spoiler-free. Season 1, it won me over in the end, but it took a long time to get going. That was the most kiddie of them all, if you will. It took so long to escape from the kiddie format, if that makes sense. And then once it started building into lore building, and when they brought in a character at the end, I was like, okay, I see where it's going from here. It started to pick up. Season 2 I really enjoyed. Season 2 is probably my favorite of the 3 so far. I'm sure Season 3 could win me over, but Season 2, like, come on now. Great. You've got the best episode of the show so far with Twilight of the Apprentice at the end. And I will get into spoilers here, so if you haven't seen it, you don't want to know anything about Rebels, I'll put a timestamp to where you can skip ahead when I'm editing. But spoilers for Rebels Season 2 and 321. So the Twilight of the Apprentice, you've got Ahsoka Tano, Kanan, and Ezra, and Darth Maul, and they're all fighting. For real. It's great. You get the return of Darth Maul, right? And Darth Maul takes out Kanan's eyesight. That right there was a huge moment in the show. And then you get the best moment in the show. I'm at a loss of words thinking about it right now. I don't know how they're going to top it. I don't know how... I think it's a top 5 Star Wars duel. I really do. Ahsoka Tano versus Darth Vader. Padawan versus former master. And the thing I love about this is leading up to it. It's just beautiful. Now I'm going to tell you why. You've got this great dialogue exchange between Anakin, essentially, and Ahsoka. And they used to have such a tight bond in Clone Wars. You see that throughout 7 seasons. He's like talking about revenge, Vader. And then he's like, that's not the Jedi way. And Ahsoka goes,
I am no Jedi.
Ignites her lightsabers. The white sabers. And it's go time. It's go time. That right there gives me chills thinking about it right now. And I think that it's one of the best Star Wars moments of all time. Not movie-wise, of course, but just overall, it's phenomenal. Fantastic. And then after that, the episode wraps wonderfully. Wonderfully. You know, it sets up a bunch of things moving forward, almost ends on a cliffhanger in a sense, and I absolutely adored it. I don't know if they're ever going to reach that height with Rebels, and that's my only concern. Now, moving into Season 3, it's picked up the pace a lot. I'm going to spoil it a little bit, by the way. But Ezra Bridger has a haircut now. Kanan has a thing over his eyes because he's now blind. He can't see, only through the Force. And so that right there just adds another element to both of these characters as the progression is important. And then you see episodes, and so far I think it was episodes 15 and 16, where Sabine returns to her family, and Gar Saxon dies. Actually, Sabine's mother ends up killing him. And the Darksaber backstory is expanded upon even further. And I really dig the route they're taking with it, building up all these Mandalore plots, which intrigue me some of the most of all in Star Wars, is the whole Mandalore backstory. But we're getting more Darth Maul as well, and I'm pretty sure it's leading up to Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Maul. And we're going to get that iconic Kenobi scream that we've been deprived of so far because I really want to hear it. I'm going to take a sip of my blue milk, but I really, really do want to hear that. I want to see that duel. You know, they mentioned the planet with the twin suns, Tatooine. That's where Obi-Wan is. Could this tie into the Obi-Wan Kenobi show? We'll see. I don't know. There's a lot of doors open, so... I'm excited for all that. I've got a few episodes left in this season of Rebels, and then I'm gonna knock out season 4. It's been a little slower because I get busy with school sometimes. I will play a Twitch stream for a few hours a night, so that might take away from time I could be watching Rebels. But I'm going to finish it. I promise I will. And when I finish Star Wars Rebels, I'm probably gonna rank all the seasons or do a Rebels review because Bad Batch is coming out in less than 2 months, and I will be doing watch parties for those. I will be doing a ton of Star Wars content when Bad Batch comes out. Because Order 66 is some of the most intriguing content in all of Star Wars. I think that the door's wide open for it. I love Order 66, even when I was replaying Fallen Order just now, which I'll talk about as well. We'll transition there. We'll do a little segue. I went from, Rebels, love it. Can't wait to finish it. I'll have update videos for that. Bad Batch is going to be insane. I can't wait for that. And then, of course, Jedi Fallen Order. I just finished replaying it, so that's another talking point. Is I did Twitch streams. I'm on Twitch now, Filmstocked. I really enjoy the community over there. We're building it up, having a ton of fun with it. Last night I actually played Battlefront 2, the original, and LEGO Star Wars, the original trilogy. Those games are both fantastic. I'm probably going to go again later today, maybe tomorrow, and Twitch again. But anyway, I digress. Fallen Order, fantastic game. And Cal Kestis as a character is one that we need to see in live action. I don't know why that's such a hard concept to grasp. I mean, it would be a great surprise. I know not a lot of people play video games, so video games might not translate to the screen as much. But come on, just him and the crew. I want to see him and the crew make an appearance. And if not the crew, because that's too much, like Grease and Cere Junda, Marin, BD, of course. I want to see Cal Kestis and BD1 make an appearance. Cal would be a lot older, a red beard Cal Kestis. For a while, I thought, maybe he'll show up in The Mandalorian. Maybe he'll be the Jedi that Grogu reaches out to through the Force. Of course, we know who that was. I won't say it just in case, but you know who it is. I know they're going to probably make a Fallen Order sequel, and they'll want to continue it in a video game format. But I think that the door is wide open for them to have their own TV show, for them to show up in, hell, the Ahsoka show. Why not? maybe the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. They're probably not going to, because they want to focus on, Hayden Christensen's return, Ahsoka, all these other characters. I would love to see Cal Kestis in live action. So I don't know. Almost out of blue milk, but what do you guys think? Do you think Cal will ever show up on the big screen, or do you think he'll stay in video game format forever? Sad to see, honestly. I hope we see more of him. And spoilers for Fallen Order ahead. I'm going to give you a warning if you haven't played it and you want to go in fresh. I'll also put a timestamp here, so you'll be good. But spoilers in 3, 2, 1. There's a scene at the end of Fallen Order where Darth Vader shows up. It's one of the best scenes in the recent years of Star Wars. I mean, I know I said that with Rebels, with Twilight of the Apprentice. But let's be honest. A video game and an animated TV show have topped some of the sequel moments for me. And that's just the way that it is. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Let me know down below. But I just think it's unfortunate what we've got from the sequel trilogy. I'm not a sequel guy. I'm not. Force Awakens, nostalgia to the max. The best of those movies, in my opinion. Fallen Order is a damn good video game, and it builds up this character of Cal. The Order 66 sequence, where his master Jaro Tapal dies, and they're playing Anakin's betrayal as Cal is running through the ship trying to get to an escape pod. Phenomenal. I had chills, dude. I mean, I'll clip it. Anakin's betrayal, dude. Order 66 content is some of the most just gut-wrenching all of Star Wars, so I can't wait for the Bad Batch. Like, I have absolute chills right now. I don't understand why they, Disney might not take advantage of that character. Throw him out there on the screen. Now, they probably won't. A boy can dream, right? But I doubt he'll ever show up on the big screen. But I would love to see it. When I run out of blue milk, I'm probably going to end the show, by the way. I feel like it's time. It's like a timer almost. 30 minutes will do for you. I'll probably do 30-minute episodes of this. And this is the first episode ever, a test episode. But yeah, so we've talked about Clone Wars. Went through some of my favorite moments there. Did a little Rebels update. Talked about Fallen Order. There's definitely one more thing I can touch on. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, we'll talk about one more thing before we wrap it up. So apparently, Mena Massoud, the actor who played, I think I'm saying his name right, the actor who played Aladdin in the live-action Aladdin. Fun fact, I haven't seen that movie. I was salty on it coming out because I'm a big fan of the original, and I'm like, oh, no way anyone can do the genie better than Robin Williams. Now, I've heard multiple people tell me that it's worth a watch, so maybe I'll give it a shot. I've heard it's one of the better live-action remakes, actually, so maybe I'll give it a shot. We'll see. Time will tell. I'm in no rush to check it out, but I may when the next, say, Cruella comes out and I want to rank all the live-action Disney movies, I'll do that. But on Instagram, he posted a picture, and he said, let me pull it up. I don't want to butcher it. It's the quote from I think season 2 of Rebels, where Ezra's prisoner, he's like, hey, don't worry, when I get out, I'm not going to hurt you. It's something along those lines, but let me go look it up to make sure. Mena Massoud, Ezra Bridger. It's the first thing that popped up. Here's the picture, and he said, hey, just so you know, when I escape, I won't hurt any of you. So there's a lot to speculate with there. I do think that he's going to play him, and I think, why else would he do that? There's no way that he would just tease it, especially with all these reports coming out, rumors of him being cast. I don't know why he would tease it, but what do you guys think? I personally think that Mena Massoud would be a perfect Ezra, and I think he will play Ezra. Now, I don't know exactly when that will be officially announced. I don't know what show he'll show up in. I haven't finished Rebels yet, but I've heard he might, not have a clear resolution in Rebels. That's all I'm going to say. I think it would make sense for him to show up in the Ahsoka show down the road as an older Ezra, because Mena Massoud obviously significantly older than the Ezra that we see in Rebels, so it would make sense to be years later. We know Thrawn is coming into the play. Now I'm excited to see Thrawn more in Rebels because he takes over the screen when he's on screen. His presence is felt. He's a Thanos presence. When he enters a room and the score kicks in, you're like, oh my god, I'm going to listen to every word this guy's saying. He has command of the room. I can't wait to see him in live action, which we know is happening because he was name dropped. It would only make sense for Ezra to come into Ahsoka because they have a past history already in Rebels, and Ezra already knows of Thrawn, so it would just make sense to bring that character back in. Now, additionally, they talked about how Hera Syndulla might actually take over in Rangers of the New Republic, which, if you know the timeline, they said that's going to take place coinciding with Mandalorian and all these shows, and they might have a big team up that they're building up to. So it would make a lot of sense if Hera came into that show and kind of led it to replace Cara Dune. If Ezra showed up in Ahsoka, that's 2 Rebels characters. I don't know the fate of some of the Rebels characters. I may have been spoiled, but I'm hiding one of the spoilers in the back of my head. I will not even speak it into existence just in case it's a fake spoiler. I don't want to bring it up. Zeb, he's one of my favorites in the show, so I would love to see him come on. I don't know what happens to him in Rebels, so I'm not going to even talk about it. And Sabine, I don't know what happens to her either, so I don't want to talk about it. I'm not going to spoil myself. I'm not going to do it. But yeah, there's a lot of possibilities when it comes to a team up. I've talked about it with friends before. How cool would it be to see Feige do the Infinity War of Star Wars with the Mandalorian, teaming up with Ahsoka, teaming up with Ezra, teaming up with everybody. Boba, Fennec, why not? Have him in there to team up and take down Thrawn. I think that Feige can handle all these characters on screen. He's a massive Star Wars fan. Honestly, I don't know if that Feige movie is confirmed. I think it might be a rumor. But hey, a boy can dream, right? Who wouldn't want to see a Kevin Feige Star Wars movie? That right there would do numbers at the box office. And I think that these TV shows should build to a movie, but not a Disney Plus movie. A theatrically released Star Wars movie, because I think while Marvel's going the route of not everyone has Disney Plus, so they might not bring out all the big guns because not everyone has access to Disney Plus, so the people go see the movies might be confused. I think Star Wars is a little different. I think the majority of Star Wars fans watch The Mandalorian. They watch all these shows. Now, having to watch Rebels is different. I did not watch Rebels at the time of Season 2 of The Mandalorian, so it's a little different. But I totally think that introducing these characters in live action, unless you just want more of a backstory, you don't necessarily have to watch Rebels. You just get a lot more understanding of the characters, and it makes it all flow more seamlessly, in my opinion. So I do recommend watching Rebels to gain more of a backstory on these characters before like Season 3 of Mando, before Ahsoka. I think most people will probably want to or have to, but it's not totally required at the same time, so I don't know. I don't know the route they're going to go, but all I'm trying to say is, the short version of what I'm trying to say is, I would love to see a big team-up movie with The Mandalorian, with Ahsoka, with Ezra, with all these characters, Hera, everyone in there. Hell, throw Grief Karga in there. Bring in Cal Kestis, why not? That would just be epic to take down Thrawn. It would be cool. It's like that period of time, you have about 30 years after Return of the Jedi and before Force Awakens. That's a long window of time right there they can work with. So that's what I'm excited to see. Now, I don't know what they're going to do, obviously. None of us do. But I do know that Bad Batch is coming soon and Book of Boba Fett coming at the end of the year. So that's the next Star Wars content we have to look forward to. There was one other thing they might drop. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, the game. That's what I want. All 9 movies. Throw in Rogue One and Solo. Hell, why not? They're not going to, I don't think, but that would be cool. Throw in all the movies. They won't do it. I would love to see that, though. But, yeah, we're almost at the 30-minute mark, so I'm going to wrap this thing up here in a second. But, yeah. Look at that. I love lightsabers. I got Luke's back there from Jedi, but Return of the Jedi. But, you know, I didn't get it out. It's on a display case, so I think that was fun. I got the blue milk in there, so that was the cool first drink or food for Chris's Cantina. Talked about Clone Wars coming to Disney Plus. We watched some of my favorite moments and kind of gave a sneak peek of Clone Wars, which is coming on April 2nd to Disney Plus. Gave a little update on Star Wars Rebels, where I'm at with it. Talked about Fallen Order, how it's a phenomenal game, and I played through it on Twitch. And of course, we wrapped with Mena Massoud possibly playing Ezra Bridger, as he's teased on Instagram, as well as a possible team-up movie. The future of Star Wars is bright. I'm excited. It's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. I can't wait to keep making Chris's Cantina episodes. I'll take any suggestions for food or drink recipes down below so that I can kind of show that off, do a food or drink vlog every single time I make one of these. It's a little twist on the regular just Star Wars news show or movie news show. It adds a little variety to it, you know? It just makes it a little more interesting, in my opinion. But yeah, this is just me talking Star Wars. That's what it's going to be. It's not going to be as formal. There might be more pauses, and that's just the way it is. For example, what I just did. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. 30-minute mark just got hit. I got an intro that I might still work on. I don't know. This is just a test episode. I want to hear your honest opinions on everything down below. If you have any suggestions, I'm all ears. Just let me know what you think. And next time I will, this was kind of like, oh, I didn't know when I was going to film this. Next time I will have like a questions section posted on the community tab the week of, so that I'll take some of the best submitted questions and answer them at the end. But this time I don't have any, so that's going to do it. Thank you all for coming to Chris's Cantina. Hope you enjoyed. Definitely hit the like button. Comment down below your thoughts on everything I discussed. Any suggestions, I'm all ears for all that. If you haven't subscribed, definitely do so. I've got more content coming soon, especially with the MCU in full force, and I've got a lot of Star Wars content planned down the road for Bad Batch. If you want this shirt in a variety of colors, I actually have a merch store. You can check it out down below. It's like the only Star Wars shirt I have, but this is something I say, and it's also, if you follow me on Twitch, you might get a special message that might say this. Yeah, I don't know. Don't want to spoil it. You have to go follow me to find out. But either way, that's going to do it for Chris's Cantina Episode 1. Thank you all for watching, and I feel like it wouldn't be right to end this without the following words. May the Force be with you. Cheers. Vroom, vroom, vroom.